What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and let's talk about it. Now, I could tell you this just as blunt, and it's something that a lot of artists realize once they've been in the game for about at least 10 years. It takes about 10 years of surviving in this game before you arrive to the point that I'm about to speak on. The point is, rappers like 50 Cent, Nas, Jay-Z, and other rappers out there like Puffy, Wu-Tang, you know, you get to a situation where people are amazing artists, okay? But they have a lot of selfish tendencies that come along and disrupt progress, vision, the whole nine. Most people don't see what you see. They just want to get paid. So they don't have your vision, your passion. This is your company. And it hurts to say, but it's unfairly true. People have a problem taking orders from blacks. They don't realize they've been programmed for that. They would say the black manager's robbing them, fire him, and replace him with a white manager who's taking the same percentage. And then in the end, they end up with the same position or even worse. At the end of the day, if I look at, like you guys keep talking about G Unit and all that, it's the same thing if I look at Nas, if I look at all these other artists. Do you guys think because the artist is on TV, their videos in high rotation, they on the radio station, they killing it, they bringing in all this money, that means that artist has a lot of money. And that artist company has a lot of money. And here's something the other artists need to understand. If you're in a group, okay, and your buddy and whoever is with you is the star, and it's really him that they're paying to see, and you're like the other guys in the group, and the group is based off him, like 50 Cent to be example, and the rest is G Unit. There's an understanding that 50 has his money and G Unit has their money. And no one, I'm not saying G Unit is thinking like this. I'm using them as an example. Because at the end of the day, I feel what happened with G Unit is that 50 Cent tried to help too many people. Just like I felt Nas tried to help too many people. Some of them did deserve it. And sometimes they think because the artist, like, man, he just did a deal over here and got this kind of money. Yo, we got to get some of that bread. It's like, dude, it don't work that way. I make my money, that's mine. I've earned that. But see, no one remembers when they first got there and they just want to shine. Like, I just want to get on. They hungry. They willing to compromise. They willing to work. Now they got demands. Now I can't do that today. I don't want to get that 200 grand. I just skip that. Now they've gotten bougie. Their egos have grown. Vanity comes into play. People change. Now they can't get up unless the dollar amount is right. They can't go in the booth. And then when you try to help somebody for as long as you can, and you see their gratitude, they act like you acting funny because you start doing something for yourself. You be like, look, it's time to circle the wagons. I gotta focus on me right now. I gotta get myself back going, or this thing ain't gonna take off no way. But they never look at the situations they did to put themselves in the environment that they're in. No one ever takes the step back to look to say, did I do everything I was supposed to do to help my situation or to help advance us? Did I do everything I needed to do? Or was I being a fool? Now, you sign a contract, you put your name written on a contract, and it's the other person's fault you didn't read it. You have lawyers and managers and all these people that you hire for your own protection, and you're mad at the record company and everybody else on a contract you've signed. I can't feel sorry for you. I'm sorry. And that's to every artist in the world who went through this situation. If the verbiage is in the contract and your manager, your team, and your lawyers didn't catch it, the person you can only be mad at is yourself. I'm sorry. I just think that way. I can't shake it no other way, because the record, you going into a situation where 39,000 artists have told you the record business was shady for the past 30 years. And now somebody getting screwed on a record deal is like, it's expected, right? You should know the record deal walking into the door, but you want to get on. Because at the end of the day, 50 Cent just tried to help too many people, man. So to answer your question, you donated your money to the Cash App. You know, I'm Carson on the Cash App. Or you could click the button in the Streamlab and donate over there. But without a doubt, man, I mean, I just think at the end of the day, he tried to help too many people. I think he should have just stayed at G Unit, and that's that. There was other artists he tried to reestablish their names and bring them in there, and the Olivia move was, it seemed right, but it wasn't right, and just wasn't working out. You know, a lot of things didn't work out. The game situation, um, that really derailed a lot of movement. They lost a lot of fanfare because of that they never really quite got back, because it kind of divided the West Coast. And then, you know, he was out there promoting like it was okay to hate 50 Cent. And at that time, it wasn't okay to. Then that notion came in, because Game was somebody who could do that. He was somebody who was young and had some energy and momentum coming through the door. So that caused a lot of problems. But I don't see how you can get that disrespectful of somebody that helped you sell 5 million records out of the gate. When you know what that guy did for the creative process of your album. And hey, it is what it is. This is like ancient history. But at the end of the day, I just think people don't really know what all 50 Cent did. You know, he sacrificed a lot. And for Buck, you know, Buck in a whole different boat. But I mean, when somebody was loaning you money and all that, and you mad where they got it from, that's my money anyway. He owed me that. He was paying me with my money, and you want me to pay back my money to you? And you done took for my money to pay me my money. Then you want me to pay you back my money? Boy, you slick. Man, listen. But outstanding artist, man. That's why he was signed to the unit. That got you in the door. But people got their own innuendos, reasons, addictions, and problems, and that always leads to the wrong side of things being done. We've seen it before, we'll see it again, and unfortunately, we saw that with Buck. I think, though, at the end of the day, people gonna come out better when they realize that these people are not out to get you. People don't understand that when you own a company, that's no longer your homeboy, that's your boss. If you working and signing for him, that's your boss. Just because you see him more frequently than you would see a normal boss, they lose that. They thinking, oh man, we homeboys, yo. You know, you got a chain, I got a chain. Why you charging me? It's a business. The same way that if a white guy asked you to do it, you wouldn't even question it. But because he's black, we got to give you the homeboy rate. It's disrespectful. It's wrong. So I don't think like that. I think openly. I look at everything fair, but I recognize because if we all come from the workforce, so I know what it's like out there. I've seen bosses. I've seen the way bosses are treated. People, you have to realize something. What are you on the job to do? Some people like get paid. I'm only working there to get paid. Right. You didn't say that in the interview. They took a chance on hiring you to do a job. So you want to get paid, you have to perform at the job. You signed a contract to do X, Y, and Z. Now you're reluctantly wanting to do your job and want the boss to make special conditions for you because y'all homeboys. Because see, when your homeboy can't provide no more and he can't pay his rent, what are you gonna do for him? You see, and I'm just using G's unit as the example because of Buck's disrespect and a lot of other things that have happened. They got to look at it and say, okay, look at this, right? Look at it, and I mean really look and focus on it. Why would they take the time to donate any type of funds for your cause when 50 bills are a lot greater than your bills, Buck? So if 50 is broke, he's broke by his standards of broke. Your standards of broke is not his standard of broke. You understand? Tiger is broke, but his standard of broke is not my standard of broke. I'm broke and Tiger broke. And I ain't talking about Tiger Woods. I'm talking about the other Tiger. But that other Tiger ain't broke at all. We talking about rapping Tiger. But he'll go out and do a show and get 200K a night. Buck ain't gonna see 200K if he did 25 shows. That's probably the only way you can get it. He used to get that kind of money. Now that's going to younger artists. But, you know, there's different levels to what you call him broke and what he would call broke. But when you got your money and when the money was flowing in, 50 didn't spend your money recklessly. You spent your money recklessly. So I can't blame 50 for any of the things that has happened to you. And you gonna have to look in the mirror and say, look, man, I made these decisions. As a man, I gotta do what I gotta do. I knew 50 told me what I need to do to get out of my contract. Get your lawyers, get your team, try to get out the contract. You know, that's just the way it is. So on that note, boy Carcino, I'm out. Love, peace, and hair grease.